Welcome to Cinepro, where we bring your favorite movies back to life with quick recaps, hidden details, and everything you missed. The movie starts with Cole as a 12-year-old nerdy boy, and in the school infirmary, he refuses to let the nurse give him a flu shot. Cole is very afraid of needles, which makes the nurse's job harder than usual. And he is constantly bullied by his schoolmates because he's a nerd, so he suffers the infamous bullying. Melanie is one of the only people at school who treats him well. She hangs out with him during recess and they have a good relationship. Then, when school ends, Melanie's father arrives to pick her up. Melanie asks her father if he can give Cole a ride home, but it's clear the father has no desire to take the boy and drives off, screeching his tires in front of the school. When Cole gets to his street, he's approached by 3 kids on bikes who confront him. Jeremy pushes Cole, who falls to the ground, and then Jeremy calls Cole a weirdo while the other kids laugh and mock him. Suddenly, a beautiful young woman, B, Cole's babysitter, appears and defends Cole from the 3 idiots. B warns Jeremy to stop bothering Cole and punctures his bike tire. The 3 boys run away, and B checks to make sure Cole is okay and unhurt. She takes Cole home in her convertible Jeep and asks how his parents are. He says B only hangs out with him and treats him well because she's paid to do so. B, a bit embarrassed, assures him that she has a great time with Cole anyway, whether she's paid or not. When they arrive in front of Cole's house, B reminds him that they'll see each other again the next night because Cole's parents are going on a trip. As he gets out of the car, he sees Melanie in front of her house, which is on the same street, and they wave goodbye to each other. Cole then looks for his mother and finds her in the backyard fixing some traps for rats and other insects. Cole tells his mother he was bullied at school, and she comforts him by saying that when she was a child, she was afraid of many things too, and that it's normal to be scared of the world when you're young. She finishes by saying things will get better as he gets older. In the next scene, Cole's father tries to teach him how to drive in an open space. Cole admits he's not ready to drive yet and is afraid to step on the gas. His father, a little disappointed, understands and takes over the car. As they leave the practice area, his father speeds up and does some maneuvers to try to entertain Cole. Later that day, Cole goes into his parents' room to talk, but they seem a bit busy. His father is watching Mad Men while his mother is working with paperwork. Cole then goes to his room and starts watching the series his father said wasn't appropriate for him. He does this hoping to have something to talk about with his dad and to seem cooler. Cole ends up binge-watching Mad Men all night. The next day, on the bus to school, Cole and his best friend talk, and Cole says he feels like his parents don't like him and that they always take any opportunity to avoid spending time with him. That would explain why his parents travel so much without him. Melanie changes the subject, saying she thinks B brings boys to Cole's house whenever she babysits, and that's what babysitters do. Cole gets angry and says he'll stay up next time his babysitter is there to test Melanie's theory. Later that day, Cole's parents are packing their last things for the trip and remind Cole of all the things he can't do, showing they are overprotective parents. B soon arrives to take care of Cole while his parents are away. The two greet each other with a special handshake just between them. As soon as Cole's parents leave, he and B start a party just for the two of them, dancing with the lights in the living room as if it were a nightclub. And the next day, they throw a pool party, having fun all day. They cook together while talking about Star Wars and spaceships, and Cole feels good because he can rarely be himself around other people. To end the day, they decide to have a movie night where they act out the characters with personalized lines. Exhausted after the busy day, they collapse onto the couch and have a brief conversation. B teases Cole about liking Melanie, but the embarrassed boy denies having feelings for his friend. At bedtime, Cole says he's not tired yet, so B makes him an offer, a drink, and he'll sleep like a baby. The boy agrees right away, but when it's time to drink, he panics and comes up with the idea to ask B to make another drink so he can drink it with her. While B is making the second drink, Cole pours his into the living room plant, and when she returns, he pretends he just finished his drink. Cole goes to his room, lies down, and pretends to be tired. He then video calls his friend Melanie, telling her that the plan to spy on B during the night is starting to work. B then enters the room to say goodnight, and Cole thanks her for treating him like a normal person and not a weirdo. B comforts him, saying being weird is cool, and the boy gets emotional, feels happy, and pretends to go to sleep. Sometime later, the house doorbell rings and Melanie sends a message to Cole encouraging him to go spy on what Bill was doing. Cole then quietly gets out of bed and hides on the stairs to see who had arrived. He sees Bill and 5 more friends, Max, Allison, John, Sonia, and Samuel, playing Truth or Dare. Samuel seems to be the nerd of the group. The bottle then points towards Max and B, and Max dares B to kiss everyone who is playing. After kissing everyone, B treats Samuel very well and manages to kiss him. At the end of the kiss, B pulls out 2 large knives and brutally kills Samuel with them. Samuel then screams desperately in pain and fear, and B says that he is helping fulfill a greater purpose. B then removes the knives as he gradually loses his life. They fill 2 chalices with his vital fluid, and Cole hears B say that things get complicated when you make a deal with the devil. With the chalices full, they put Samuel in a corner of the room. The group then opens a mysterious box and takes a very old book out of it. B says they should start as soon as possible and that now more blood is needed, but this time from the innocent. Upon hearing this, Cole immediately runs to his room, realizing that he would also be used for B's satanic ritual. Cole then tries to call the police, informing them that there was a dead boy in his living room and that the attackers were still there. He then grabs his pocket knife in an attempt to defend himself. However, he hears the group coming up the stairs and approaching his room, so he pretends to be asleep, lying in bed. Then Cole hears B and Sonia talking about using a syringe to draw his blood. The boy panics because he is terrified of needles, but he sees no alternative but to continue pretending to be asleep and remain still. When B finishes, she makes the bed and notices that the bedroom window is open, but even so, she leaves and closes the bedroom door. As soon as the door is closed, Cole gets out of bed and makes a rope with sheets and clothes to try to jump out the window. When Cole is about to go out the window, B appears behind him and realizes that Cole was wide awake and had probably seen everything that had happened. However, at that moment, Cole faints on the bedroom floor because his blood level was very low due to the blood being drawn. Cole then wakes up tied to a chair in the middle of the living room with everyone in front of him, and Sonia gives the boy a cookie at B's command. B's friends question the boy about what he had seen, and the boy dodges and avoids the subject. B then tells him that she needed his blood just for a science project. The boy is questioned again, but this time about the window, why it was open, and with sheets tied as if simulating a rope. Desperate, Cole says he wanted to leave the house to smoke. Obviously, the group doesn't believe him. Meanwhile, Cole tries to cut the rope he was tied with using his pocket knife, but unfortunately, the boy is quickly discovered because there was a mirror behind him where everyone could see his reflection trying to use the knife. B seems convinced to let the boy go, but before that, police cars arrive in front of the house, throwing the whole group into a panic. B gets furious and asks if Cole had called the police. Cole, then with no alternative, gives up lying and starts screaming so the police officers can hear his call for help. Immediately, Max kicks the boy backward and he falls hard to the floor. At that moment, 2 police officers enter through the door and order everyone in the group to stand still and put their hands up. Max throws a sharp object at one of the officers and hits him in the eye, killing him almost instantly. The officer, while falling to the ground, ends up shooting Allison, and she is miraculously thrown to the other side of the room. While John begs the other officer not to shoot, B comes up behind the officer and coldly slits his throat. The police radio goes off and the dispatcher asks about the distress call, checking if the situation was under control. B then forces Cole to say what the police codes are that indicate the situation is okay, since Cole knows several police codes because he dreamed of being a police officer when he grew up. Cole then tells B the code 1053, and B thinks it's a trap because every time Cole finally looks to the side, B, extremely nervous, gives the boy one last chance and he answers with 10-4, which means everything is okay. They sigh in relief and Max says the code on the radio, keeping the police out of the rest. Allison suffers because of the gunshot wound, but the group refuses to call an ambulance because it would be too complicated to explain why the girl was shot. While group tries to support Allison, Cole escapes and runs upstairs, with John right behind him. When John tries to grab him, Cole pushes him, causing John to lose his balance, step on a toy in the hallway, and fall from the second floor of the house, landing on a glass trophy downstairs and dying tragically. Now that one of them is dead, the group becomes completely enraged with Cole. Bill orders Max to go after the boy, so Cole goes to his room and tries to jump out the window using the rope he had improvised earlier. Max grabs the sheets and slowly pulls the boy back toward the window. Realizing he's about to be caught, Cole lets go of the rope and falls onto the grass in the backyard. He then starts running around the house and heads to the garage where he finds Samuel's body. The boy hides under the car and temporarily evades Max. During this brief respite, Cole looks for materials in the garage that could help him defend himself from B's crazy group of friends. In his search, he finds some insecticides, a lighter, and fireworks. Cole then runs to the lower part of the house, a kind of basement where his mother had previously set several rat traps. Sonia suspects the boy might be there and goes in to look for him. Cole hides under a blanket, but it doesn't take long for Sonia to find him. As she approaches the boy, he lights the fireworks and aims them at her, but misses. Sonia gets her hands caught in the rat traps, delaying her a bit. Cole then runs out of the attic and locks her inside from the outside with a screwdriver. After that, Cole sprays insect repellent in Sonia's face and the fireworks explode, trapping her inside. At that moment, Max hears the explosion and goes after the boy through the garden. Max catches up to Cole, grabs him by the neck, and as Cole is nearly out of air, they both hear a strange sound coming from the front of the house. It was the bully Jeremy throwing eggs at his house. Max then has a conversation with Cole and shows his appreciation for Cole's attempt to stay alive and for his ingenuity, giving Cole a chance to defend himself against Jeremy and face him. Cole's attempt to defend himself is completely frustrated by Jeremy, who punches Cole and knocks him to the ground. Cole tries to quickly explain what is happening in his house and asks for help, but Jeremy doesn't believe him and mocks him. Max, who had been chasing and trying to kill the boy, helps Cole up, and as Cole stands, he punches Max in the face and runs away again. This time, Max encourages him to run with a sadistic and psychotic tone. Cole manages to climb into the treehouse at the back of the yard, but Max quickly catches up to him. Max tries to strangle Cole again as the old treehouse begins to collapse, and when Max falls from the house, he gets tangled in the rope used to climb up and is ironically killed with the rope wrapped around his neck. As Cole looks at the hanging body in shock, B shoots from the balcony trying to hit Cole. He then flees down the street and ends up at his friend Melanie's house, quickly explaining the terrifying situation happening that night. Melanie says she's home alone and that her father can't help. B soon arrives and enters the house looking for the boy. Cole and Melanie hide under the stairs and quietly make their way to the bathroom. There, Cole apologizes for involving Melanie in all of this and laments everything that's happening. Cole asks her to call the police and stay hidden while he distracts B. The girl then kisses him, and the two share a brief smile. Cole returns to his house and finds everything tidy, clean, and with no sign of any massacre. The boy is extremely confused, and upon reaching the kitchen, he finds the giant book B was using for the ritual. Before he can do anything, he's attacked by Allison. The boy can't hit her wound and buys some time, but Allison grabs a knife and goes after Cole. Before she can stab him, B appears and kills her with a shotgun she had taken from the police officers. Cole then grabs the cursed book and threatens to burn it. B explains that the book is very important to her and that she wouldn't do anything bad to him if he gave her the book. B then says she did all this because she didn't have a perfect life and had many fears just like Cole. So she made a deal with the devil to become someone in life. B ends by saying it's not easy to do what she does and that she has to move to a new city all the time and hunt new people to continue her ritual. B then proposes that Cole join her cult and says she would make up a fantastic story so the two could get away with all the chaos. Cole refuses and burns the book, and in his last act of courage, he runs back to Melanie's house, takes his father's car, drives like crazy to his house, and crashes the car into the window where B was trying to put out the burning book. Cole then gets out of the destroyed car and they have one last very emotional moment to remember their friendship. But Cole says that B made the wrong choice by doing all that. B agrees with the boy and seems regretful. Then she tries to do their secret handshake one last time, but Cole doesn't respond. The police officers that Melanie had called finally arrive at the house for the rescue. His parents arrive soon after without understanding anything that was happening. Extremely worried about their son, who until then was helpless, and after hugging them, Cole says he doesn't need a babysitter anymore, and in the final scene, B appears alive and attacks a firefighter inside the house. Don't forget to like the video and subscribe to the channel.